7 for Keenan Warren, 5 for Corbin Murray, and 3 for Evan Grinstead. For the Mustangs, leading the way with 14, Drew Duncan, 7 apiece for Carter Merriman and Emmanuel Roberts, 6 for Seth Martin, 5 for Ray Duncan, and 3 for Desmond Butts. 2 for New Foxborough.
Oops. Welcome to Dave Sanders Court tonight. For your matchup for tonight is Fountain Central boys basketball versus Sheridan. So I'll start with the lineups for both teams, brought to you by Max Preps. And I believe Sheridan has both JV and varsity on here, but I'll read the entire list, the best I can do. So starting out with Corbin Murray, Kyle Eden, Kyler Loader, Will Zachary, Caden Hunter, Dylan Cork, Silas Devaney IV, Nolan Buckner, Nick Roberts, Jacob Shreve, Keenan Warren, and Ethan Moisture. Now for the Mustangs. I will start with the varsity lineup here. There you go. At the top, on the far left, Carson Eberly, Cody Linville, Andrew Shaby, Jake Smith. Now on to the right, Cole Kirkpatrick, Colton Robinson, Carter Merriman, and Ray Duncan. And your boys' team is coached by Coach Shaby, Phil Shaby. That's your coach for Fountain Central. And now I'll go individual with everyone. Jacob Paxton. I'll get this game banner out of here. Jacob Paxton, number 24, freshman. Jared McCarthy, number 5, sophomore. Seth Martin, number 21, sophomore. Cole Kirkpatrick, number 30, junior. Isaac Heeman, number 12, freshman. Luke Foxworthy, number 32, freshman. Drew Duncan, number 3, sophomore. Justin Butts, number 24, junior. Eminol, number 42, sophomore. Mason Larkin, who will not play tonight, I do not believe. He's still suffering an injury. He's out here in warm-ups. Yeah, he's out here in warm-ups. He's getting ready to come across the screen right there at the top. But I don't think he's going to play tonight. I don't know, though. He's a freshman. Andrew Shaby, number 5, junior. Jake Smith, number 44, senior. Denton Otero, number 34, senior. Carter Merriman, number 33, sophomore. Ray Duncan, number 40, sophomore. Colton Robinson, number 23, junior. Cody Linville, number 14, junior. Carson Eberly, number 12, junior. So that's the lineup for the entire team for Fountain Central. So now we've got both teams' rosters aside. I'll say some stats that we have here. Andrew Shaby with 3 games now, but it's not updated, so it's at 2 games at 13.5. Carson Eberly with 11 games, 11.5. Those are the averages for the points a game. So my stats aren't updated like they should be, but that's what we got. Both players had good points last night to help their averages out. We'll see what they do, what it does to their average. Last night, Fountain Central lost 49-39 at Dave Sanders Court to Seeger. That's a conference matchup. And I'm going to log off for the next probably 11 minutes, and I'll be back. So we're back on with 6:05 left to go before the game. Sheridan's in the locker room as we speak. And now Fountain Central's going to the locker room. Our JV won tonight. Couldn't tell you the score. Sorry about that. I was down taking pictures on the court, trying to get some good pictures. Thank you, Nathan, for putting it back to center court. And you get to watch the ball rack for however long. Sorry about that. Game time. Roughly 7:31. 5:13 left to go before the game. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in to watch Fountain Central play whoever they're playing at the time. And Nathan and I have both enjoyed doing this. We both have fun with it every single night that we get to do it. So once both teams come back out here, I will turn it back on. But I just wanted to let you guys know a few things. So I did. And I already put the lineup, but I'll put a lineup and Coach Shaby on there for right now. So there you go. We'll be back. All right, we're getting ready for the Mustangs to come out. There they are. As the crowd's kind of thin tonight. Kind of disappointed. I know it's a Saturday night, and I understand that. We had a big crowd yesterday. That was fun to do, and I want to see this smaller crowd have the same type of energy that last night's crowd had. So let's see if they can do it. Both teams are back out here, and this should be a fun game to do. With 2:56 left to go before the game. Both teams are back out here to warm up. With music playing. We'll turn that mic up a little bit. Since we have time, I'll even throw this out there. If you're watching, comment on this video any suggestions on what you would like to see or what we can do better and what you like about this broadcast. So, 3 things you can do. Suggest something that we should do, how we can do something better, and one thing that you like about this broadcast. With 1:42 left to go before the game, that's what you'll have to do. Well, in the words of Mr. Cunningham, if you like it, you can always make a donation to FC Broadcast Team. So you can write a check out to FC Broadcast to help improve equipment and some other things to get a better quality on the video with 54 seconds before the national anthem. Yeah, we're trying to work on getting a platform so we're higher up so you can have a better view of the game. Hey, at least we don't have the views that ESPN does, because ESPN's basketball views are absolutely terrible, in my opinion. So now we're getting ready for the national anthem.
Welcome to Dave Sanders Court here at Fountain High School. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abuse of language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSA events. Let's support the student athletes, coaches, officials, and their fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game. If you have not done so at this time, please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor this great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And again, we'd like to welcome everyone to Dave Sanders Court for tonight's varsity matchup featuring the Blackhawks of Sheridan High School versus your Fountain Central Mustangs.
Now it's time for starting lineups. Kyle Eden, Silas Devaney, Nolan Buckner, Nick Roberts. That's your starting lineup for Sheridan. And now it's time for the starting lineup of your boys, Fountain Central Mustangs. For Fountain Central, number 5, Andrew Shaby. He's a junior. He's 5'10", guard. Andrew Shaby. 6'1", junior. Carson Eberly, number 12, guard. Junior Carson Eberly. 5'9", junior, number 14, Cody Linville. Number 30, 6'2", junior, Cole Kirkpatrick. Number 44, 6'3", senior, Jake Smith. That's your starting lineup for the Mustangs, and your team is coached by Phil Shaby. He's been with Fountain Central for 2 years now. Cole Kirkpatrick will tip it off against number 21, Silas Devaney. We'll see who wins the tip here. Cole won it last night against Seeger. We'll see if he can win it again. He does. Andrew Shaby with the ball, passes to Carson Eberly. He'll dribble it across half court. Cody sets a screen. Carson stops. Gives it to Cody. Over to Shaby. Looks into Cole. Skip passes to Carson Eberly. Over to Cody. Over to Shaby. Over to Jake. Skip passes to Carson. A little high pass. Gives it to Cody. Over to Shaby. Over to Jake. Dribbles around the defender. Puts up a shot. Gets it to go. It's 2-0. Mustangs with 7:26 left to go in the first. Full court pressure by Coach Shaby. Nick Roberts passes it to Kyle Eden. Over to Nick Roberts. Over to Silas. Over back to Kyle. Over to Ian Moisture. I didn't think he started, but apparently he did. Nick Roberts puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Jake Smith, and there's a foul on the play. And I think they're going to call it on Carson Eberly. They did. They called it a push. So Ian Moisture will inbound the ball under the basket. Passes it into Nick Roberts. Over to Kyle Eden. Back to Ethan. Looks inside. Skip passes it to number 22, Nolan Buckner. Back to Buckner. Inside to Nick. Over to Nick Roberts. Am I correct? No, sorry. Silas. And Ethan puts up a three. Gets it to go. It's 3-2. Sheridan. Carson passes it to Cody. Back to Carson. Trying to get across half court. Skip passes it to Jake. He's wide open. Looks over. Finds Cole. Couldn't come up with it. Kyle Eden comes up with the rebound. Still full court pressure a little bit. Andrew Shaby backs off. Kyle Eden with the ball. Guarded by Cody. Goes all the way to the basket. Kind of pushed off there, but gets away with it. Puts up a shot. It's 5-2 with 6:06 left to go in the first. Cody with the ball. Back to Carson. Skip passes to Cole. And it's tipped out of bounds by Nick Roberts. It stays with the Mustangs. I'm trying to get used to these names here. Carson Eberly will inbound the ball under our basket. Gets it into Andrew Shaby. He'll put up a three. Can he get it to go? He cannot. And there's a foul on the play. That call will be on Jake Smith, I do believe. Yes. Silas Devaney will inbound the ball. Passes it into Kyle Eden. Back to Kyle. Over to Silas. Over to Nolan Buckner. He'll go to the basket. Stops. Picks up his dribble. Gets it out to Ethan Moisture. And steps out of bounds. And it'll be Mustangs ball. Cody Linville will inbound the ball. Passes it into Carson Eberly. Full court pressure. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Trying to get it across. Over to Cody. Gets it across. Back to Carson. High pass. Gets it. Picks up his dribble. Back to Cody. Back to Carson. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Over to Andrew Shaby. Inside to Cole Kirkpatrick. Gets it stolen away, but there's a foul called on the play, and it'll be on Kyle Eden. Carson Eberly will inbound the ball. Passes it out to Andrew Shaby. Over to Carson. Inside to Jake. He'll put up a shot, and there's a foul. It'll be on the floor. Carson Eberly will inbound the ball at the side of the basket. Gets it into, Gets it over to Jake. It's tipped, but Cody comes up with the ball. Andrew Shaby at three-point line. Long three. Can he get it to go? He does! It's 5-5. Mustangs are tied with Sheridan with 4:52 left to go in the first. Full court pressure by Coach Shaby still. Kyle Eden with the ball. spins around, gives it to Silas, over to Ethan. Can he get his second three? He cannot, but Nick Roberts comes up with the rebounds, tries to get around Shaby, dumps it off to Ethan. Couldn't get the shot to go. Jake Smith's right there, but it's off Ethan Moishner. Cody Linville inbound the ball under Sheridan's basket, passes into Carson Eberly. Full court pressure by both teams here. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Over to Jake Smith. Gets it across. Over to Cody. Stops, gets it to Ebb. Will he put up a three? He can! It's 8-5 with 4:16 left to go in the first. Full court pressure still. Nolan Buckner passes it to Silas. Back to Nolan. Over to Nick Roberts. Over to Kyle. Guarded by Cody. Can he get around Cody? He stops, gives it to Ethan Moishner. Over to Kyle. Dribbles around, stops, gives it to Silas. Over to, can't tell. Now it's Nick Roberts. He'll put up a shot. Can't get it to go. Cody Linville's right there to pick up the rebound. Gets it across. Gives it to Andrew Shaby. Over to Cody. Over to Carson. Fountain Central's up by 3 right now, 8-5. Gives it to Cody. Didn't know Otero's at the booth to come in. He thought about shooting that one. Back to Cody. Over to Andrew. Inside to Jake Smith. He'll put up a shot and gets it to go. It's 10 and 1. And 1 on the play. Late call comes in. It's and 1. It's 10-5. 3:16 left to go in the first. So sends Jake to the line to shoot 1. He makes the shot. It's 11-5 now. It's 3:16 left to go in the first. Denton Otero comes in for Jake Smith. It's now Cody Linville, Andrew Shaby, Carson Eberly, Denton Otero, and Cole Kirkpatrick. Full court pressure. Kyle Eden passes it to Nolan Buckner. Back to Kyle. Over to Silas. Back to Kyle. And Kyle makes a shot. And what are they going to call here? I don't know what happened there. Cody Linville will inbound the ball under Sheridan's basket. We're going to go first names here, at least for the first half. Carson with the ball. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Carson gives it to Cole. Back to Carson. He thought about shooting. Tries to get around the defender. Gives it to Cody. Over to Andrew. Over to Denton. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. He'll put up. He faked. Gives it to Cody. Over to Andrew. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Looks inside to Denton and Cole. Gives it back to Cody. Back to Carson. Skip passes to Andrew. He thought about shooting the three. Looks. Gives it to Denton. Turns around. Gives it to Cody. And there's a travel in the play. Silas will inbound the ball. No, sorry. Yes, Silas will inbound the ball. Gives it to Nolan. Back to Silas. Over to Kyle. And no foul on the play. And something happened. Andrew's down. Andrew Shaby's down for the Mustangs. Will Zacharias came in for the Blackhawks. I don't know who's coming out for him. Colton Robinson will come in for Shaby. It looks like Shaby's got a bloody nose right now. Thank you, Jordan West, for being our athletic trainer. That's a busy man. Injury timeout. All right, so for the Mustangs, it'll be Cody Linville, Colton Robinson, Denton Otero, Cole Kirkpatrick, Carson Everly. JB's still got a bloody nose over there, over the trash can. It looks like Silas, Kyle, Ethan, Nick, and Zach. Will Zachary. Kyle with the ball. Over to Silas, inside to Ethan, puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, puts up another shot, and there's a foul on the play. Cole Kirkpatrick on the foul. Ethan to shoot 2. Misses the first. It's 11-7, 2:01 left to go in the first. It's camo night for Mustangs theme tonight. Last night was cowboy. Tonight's camo. So if you see some camo down there, oh, get it? You can't see camo. Ethan puts up a second and gets it to go. Cody Linville passes it out to Carson. Back to Cody. Carson's asking for middle. Back to Cody. Back to Carson. Gets it across half court. Over to Cole. Wide open layup. Gets it to go. It's 13-8. A minute 45 left to go in the first. Silas with the ball. Gives it to Ethan. Back to Silas. Stolen away. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with Sheridan. Silas will inbound the ball in front of our bench. Gets it into Kyle. Kyle with the ball. Guarded by Cody. Over to Will Zachary. Over to Silas. Shot by Kyle. And he makes the 3. It is now 13-11 with a minute 22 to go in the first. Cody with the ball. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. I feel like we're playing a game of catch. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Back to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside. Fakes. Gives it back to Carson. Over to Cody. Over to Denton. Looks at the basket. Gives it Cole. He'll put up a layup in. Gets it to go. It's 15-11. 55 seconds to go in the first. Silas with the ball. Over to Kyle. Breaks the pressure. Ethan with the ball. Back to Kyle. Tries to get around Colton. Ethan gets around Denton. Cole's right there to help. Nick Roberts gives it to Kyle at the three-point line. Wide open 3. Couldn't get it to go. And Carson Abley comes up with the rebound. Carson Abley with 33 seconds for the Mustangs. Over to Colton. Back to Carson. Over to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside. Forced the pass. Couldn't get it. He was going to Denton. Kyle will try to go all the way to the basket. Stops. Over to Colton. Couldn't get it to go, but there's a foul on the play. It'll be on Colton Robinson.
His first, team 4. Ethan to shoot 2.
Kyle makes the first. He's got one more. Andrew Shaby comes back. We're good. There, and Jake Smith also comes out. Cody and Cole came out of the game. Kyle misses a second. Jake for the rebound. Andrew Shaby. Over to Carson. Kind of a forced pass, but Carson comes with the ball. Tries to get around defenders. Andrew Shaby, a long 3. Can he make it? He cannot. But at the first quarter, it's 15-12. After the first quarter, Ray Duncan comes up to the booth, comes out for Denton Otero. It'll be 15-12 at the end of the first. And this Well, Fountain Central's out. And now, is there any changes? There's not for Sheridan. For either team is Kyle, Silas, Ethan, Will, and Nolan. Kyle with the ball, gives it to Will. Over to Silas. Over to Nolan. Back to Kyle. Tries to get around Ray, but goes all the way to the basket, and there's a foul on the floor. Ethan will inbound the ball under their basket. Fouls on Ray Duncan. Team's got 5. He's got 1. Ethan will inbound the ball. Long pass to Kyle. Guarded by Colton. Over to Will. Over to Silas. Back to Will. Guarded by Carson. Over to Silas. Jake influences and steals it away. Gives it to Carson. Over to Colton. Back to Carson. Over to Andrew sets the screen. Gets it inside to Jake. He spins around. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get the shot up. And there's a foul. Let's make sure Jake's okay. He is.
Jake in the line. Shooting 2.
Jake will shoot 2 now at the line. He makes the first. It's now 16-12 with 7:20 to go in the second. He's got one more. Makes them both. It's 17-12, 7:20. Kyle with the ball. Back to Silas. Back to Kyle. Full court pressure by Coach Shabby. Back to Kyle. Guarded by Colton. Tries to get around Colton. He does. Dumps it off to Ethan. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. And out on Carson Eberly. It'll stay with Sheridan. Number 2, Corbin Murray will come in for Sheridan. Comes out. Sheridan will bring out Will Taylor. Or Will Zachary, sorry. Man. Ethan passes it to Nolan. Over to Kyle. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Ray Duncan's right there for the rebound. Gives it to Carson. Over to Colton. Back to Carson. Inside to Ray. And loses control of the ball. Gives it to Kyle. And Colt comes up with the ball there. He'll take it. Skip passes it, but couldn't get it there. And it's Corbin with the ball. Over to Kyle. Over to Ethan. Over to Kyle. Over to Silas. Gives it to Ethan. Tries to get around Carson. A little mismatch there, kind of. Corbin with the ball. Passes it to Nolan. Back to Corbin. Skip passes it to Silas. Tries to get around Jake. He does. Puts up a fakes. Puts up a shot. And could get that one to go. Gets his own rebound there. And gets that one to go. It is 17-14 with 6:08 to go for halftime. Cody comes to the booth. Also, Nick Roberts comes to the booth for Sheridan. Back to Shabby. Skip passes it to Ray. Dribbles in a little bit. Gives it Colton. There's a travel in the play. Nick Roberts comes in for Ethan. And Cody comes in for Colton. Over to Kyle. Over to Nolan. Back to Kyle. Over to Corbin. Back to Kyle. Sets a screen. And there's a legal screen on the play. Legal screen by Nick Roberts. It'll be Mustangs ball. Cody inbounds it to Carson. Shabby sets the screen for Carson. Looks inside, couldn't get it there. And now Corbin comes with the ball, passes it to Kyle, full court. And he does. Gets the shot to go. It's now 17-16 with 5:25 to go in the second. Ray with the ball. Loses control of the ball. And Nolan comes to the ball. Now Silas. Now Kyle. Gets around, tries to get around Cody. Doesn't. Silas with the ball, pulls it back out. Nolan with the ball, guarded by Shaby. Passes it inside to Nick Roberts. Back out to Silas. And comes in a little bit, stops, gives it to Kyle at the three-point line. Tries to get around Cody, puts up a shot, and there's a travel on the play. Cody will inbound the ball, gives it to Carson. Full court pressure. Back to Cody. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Over to Jake. Skip passes it to Ray Duncan. Over to Carson. Tries to get around the defender. Finds Jake at the three-point line. Finds Cody. And Cody throws it out of bounds. It'll be Sheridan's ball. Coach Shaby will call a timeout. 30-second timeout. Silas will inbound the ball for Sheridan. Over to Kyle. Over to Nolan. Back to Silas. Over to Kyle. Ethan comes back in the game. Sets a screen for Kyle. Over to Silas. Skip passes it to Corbin. Tries to get around Ray, and there's a travel on the play. It'll be Mustangs' ball. Carson with the ball. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Back to Carson. 10 seconds. That was just a silly mistake there. But they'll be all right. Down, up by 1. Fountain Central. 4:12 to go. Silas inbounds it to Nolan. Back to Silas. Over to Kyle. Guarded by Cody. Ethan sets a screen. Kyle tries to get to the basket. Gives it to Silas at the three-point line. Bounce pass. Ethan couldn't come up with the shot. Cody Linville comes with the rebound. Gives it to Carson Eberly. Over to Andrew Shaby. Over to Ray. Over to Carson. Thought about shooting. Fakes. Gives it to Cody. Over to Shaby. Skip passes it to Carson. Gets around defender. Gives it out to Shaby. He'll put up a three. He gets it to go! It's 20-16 with 3:22 to go in the second. Corbin with the ball. Passes it to Kyle. Ethan was going to set a screen there. Gives it back to Corbin. Over to Kyle. Ethan will shoot a three. Can he make it? He cannot. Shaby's right there for the rebound. Gives it out to Carson. He's trying to get it hustled up court. Mustangs got two players at the booth. Jake spins around, puts up a shot, and there's a foul on the play. It sends Jake to the line to shoot two. Denton Otero and Cole Kirkpatrick are waiting to come into the game. Jake's got two at the free throw line. 3:02 to go before halftime. It's 20-16, Fountain Central. Makes the first. It's 21-16, 3:02. Cole comes in for Ray. And new player, number 33, Jacob Shreve, comes in for Sheridan. That's easy enough. My name's Jacob. I can say Jacob all the time. Let's see. Jake's got one more, sorry. Could come up with that one. Jacob comes with the rebound, passes it out to Kyle. Over to Corbin. Over to Kyle. Tries to get around Cody, cannot. Tries again, picks up his dribble, and there's a travel on the play. Denton Otero comes in for Jake Smith. Andrew, Cole, Denton, Carson, Cody for the Mustangs. Corbin, Kyle, Nolan, Jacob, and Silas for Sheridan. Carson with the ball. Gives it across half court. Gives it to Andrew. Over to Cole. He'll put up a layup and gets it to go. It's 23-16. 2:35 to go before halftime. Corbin with the ball. Gives it to Kyle. Over to Nolan. He'll shoot a three. Gets it to go as well. It's 23-19 now. 2:23 to go before halftime. Carson with the ball. Over to Cody. Stops, picks up his dribble, skips, passes to Carson. Double team now, and they're fighting for the ball. It'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with Fountain Central. Carson will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Gives it in to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Cody. Tried to get it to Shaby. Lost it. Gives it to Shaby now. Skip passes to Carson. Inside to Cole. Spins around. Gets it lost to Ken. Corbin with the ball. Goes all the way to the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Cole did not come with the rebound. Silas comes with the rebound. And Silas with the ball. Nolan with the ball now. Back to Silas. Over to Kyle. Gets around defender. Shaby comes over to help. And there's a foul on the play. It'll be on Cody Linville. Kyle's got 2 at the line now. It's 23-19 with a minute 42 to go before halftime. Kyle makes the first. It's now 23-20 with a minute 42 to go. Fouls are tied up 6 apiece. Makes both free throws. It's now 23-21. Carson with the ball with a minute 40 to go. Trying to set up a play here. And there's a reaching foul, actually a pushing foul, on Kyle. Carson's got 1 at the line, 1 and 1. He can make this a 3-point game right here for the minute 33. He cannot. Silas comes with the rebound, trying to break press. And there's a foul on Cody Linville. Colton Robinson comes to the booth for Cody. Number 5, Tyler Loader. I don't know how to say that last name. But Tyler comes into the game since we're doing first names here. I'll introduce you to them, and then I'll say their name, their first name. Silas has got, and can't come up with it. Cole comes with the rebound there. Gives it out to Carson. Looks up court. Gives it over to Colton. Thought about shooting. Gets around a fender. Puts up a layup. Gets it to go. There's a charge call. There's a charge call instead of the shot. So it'll be on Colton. Corbin will inbound the ball. Sorry, I got ahead of myself before I let him call that there. 2-point game. Silas with the ball, guarded by Colton. Picks up his dribble. And Cole influenced the play, but Jacob comes up with the shot. And timeout by Sheridan. 30-second timeout. Corbin with the ball. Over to Silas. Travel on the play. Colton will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Gets it into Carson. Over to Colton. Over to Denton. Over to Shaby. Over to Carson. Inside to Colton. Puts up a shot, and the shot blocked by Corbin. Carson will inbound the ball. Gets it out to Shaby. Long three. There's a foul on the play by Tyler. It gives Shaby 3 shots at the free throw line.
That's his first team 8 at the line. Shooting 3 will be number 5 in Shady.
Andrew makes the first. It's 24-21. 2 more shots at the free throw line. Jake comes to the booth. He misses the second. Jake comes in for Denton Otero. 36.9 seconds to go. And before halftime, and I stand corrected from last night. After prom is doing their shoot 3-point shot for a 2-liter tonight. And Andrew makes 2 out of 3, and it's now a 4-point game, 25-21, 36 seconds of counting. Silas with the ball for Sheridan. Over to Nolan. Over to Tyler. Over to Corbin. He goes all the way to the basket, puts up a shot, couldn't get it to go. Jacob comes with the rebound, gives it to Nolan. Goes into the basket, gives it out to Silas. Trying to set up something with 12 seconds to go. Nolan guarded by Cole. Corbin puts up a 3, couldn't get it to go. And it's out of time. It's now halftime. Halftime scores 25-21. Fouls were 8 and 8. All tied up on fouls. Both teams were in bonus. Fountain Central's up by 4 at halftime. You won't hear my voice at halftime most likely, unless I decide to just have fun and commentate the 3-point shot. I don't think I'm going to do that. But 10 minutes are on the clock at halftime. You see that now? It's ticking down there in the lower left-hand corner. It's 25-21, Fountain Central. Hey, that was on camera. All right, both teams back out here to start the second half. So I think I'll stay with both teams back out here with a minute 5 left to go before the second half. And I think I'm going to stick with first names again. 52 seconds now. It's 25-21. Fountain Central's up by 4. So I know a viewer that's watching right now, and I would just want to say hi to our principal, Mrs. Hammond. So hi, Mrs. Hammond, from Nathan and I and Mr. Cunningham. We wish you were here, Mrs. Hammond, but we understand. So you get to watch it. You get to listen to me the entire time. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. 15 seconds before the start. So normal as starting lineups. So there you go. And then there's Coach Shaby. All right. Ethan will inbound the ball for Sheridan. He'll pass it into Kyle, most likely. As soon as I say that, he probably won't. All right, so Kyle gets the ball. Guarded by Cody. Gives it to Silas. Over to Ethan. He'll put up a 3. He gets it to go. It's 25-24 with 7:45 to go in the third. Carson with the ball. Full court pressure by Sheridan. They back off a little bit. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. He gets it across. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Guarded by Nolan. Inside, he forced the pass again, and Nick Roberts comes with the ball, and Cody comes up with the ball now. He steals it away, and there's a foul on the play, most likely on Kyle for Sheridan. So that's the first foul of the second half, and it was on Kyle, and that's his third. Carson will inbound the ball under our basket. Gets it into Shaby. He'll put up a 3. Can he make it? He cannot. Jake's right there to rebound. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up again. And 1 for the Mustangs. He gets the shot to go, and Jake's got 1 at the free throw line. It's 27-24, 7:05 left to go in the third.
That's his first, team second. Jake Smith to shoot 1.
Couldn't get it to go. Silas with the ball. Gets across, trying to get around Carson. He does. Cole's right there for help. Shaby almost got the pass, but Ethan will take a longer 3. He makes it again. It's tied ball game, 27-27 with 6:51 left to go in the third. Cody with the ball. Over to Jake. Over to Carson. Inside a little bit. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Cody. Over to Carson. He'll take a long 3. Can he make this one? He cannot. And Silas with the ball. And he keeps pointing both ways. Which way? It'll be Mustangs ball. So Carson Eberly will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Everyone say hi, Austin. Over to Cole. Over to Ebb. Cody. Over to Shaby. Over to Cody. Gives it to Carson. Over to Jake. Thought about skip passing it, but he doesn't. And there's a foul on the play. Reach in foul on Silas, most likely. Sorry, Ethan. Shaby will shoot another three. Couldn't get it to go. There's a foul on the play. It'll be on Cody Linville. That's his third. Silas will inbound the ball, passes it in to Kyle. Guarded by Carson. Over to Nolan. Inside to Ethan, guarded by Cole. Spins around, fakes, put up a shot, gets it to go. Now Sheridan's got a lead of 2. It's 29-27 Sheridan. Carson with the ball. We saw this last night. Seeger took the lead in the second half as well. Cole takes the ball, goes all the way to the basket, puts up a shot, couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, and puts up another shot, couldn't get the foul call, and tries to save the ball and goes out of bounds. Ray Duncan will come in for Jake Smith. 2-point ball game with 5:35 left to go. Over to Kyle. Guarded by Carson. Over to Ethan. He'll shoot another three. Hot hand with Ethan for Sheridan. It is now 32-27 with 5:18 left to go. 5-point game. Trying to get something. Carson gets around the defender, gets it out to Ray Duncan. Over to Cody Linville. Over to Cole. Inside, bounce passes, force pass again. No one comes with the ball. Trying to get around the defender, gives it to Nick Roberts, gives it to Kyle. He gets it to go. It's 34-27. 7-point game. Timeout, Coach Shaby. 30-second timeout. Let's go White. Over to Carson. Over to Andrew. Over to Cody. Gives it to Carson. He'll put up a three. Can he get it to go? He does! He does! Cuts it a 4-point game. It's 30-34. Now, Sheridan. Ethan with the ball. Over to Kyle. Guarded by Carson. Over to Silas. Guarded by Cody. Over to Ethan. Hot hand. Over to Silas. Screened by Nick Roberts. Cody comes up with the rebound on the floor. Colton with the ball. Passes to Carson. Trying to do something here. Carson tries to get around the defender. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Colton. Over to Cody. Tries to go all the way to the basket. Puts up a shot. And they'll send Cody to the line to shoot 2. He can cut this to a 2-point game if he can make both of these at the free throw line. Makes the first. It's a 3-point ball game. 34-31. 4:12 left to go in the third. Cody's got one more at the line. Couldn't make that one. Ray comes up with the rebound, though, for the Mustangs, but it's stolen away by Nolan for the Sheridan. Guarded by Shaby. Over to Kyle. Gets around Carson, puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Ethan's right there, but there's a foul on the play. It'll be on either Cody or Carson. Cody's got 4 now. Ethan at the line to shoot 2. Carter Merriman looks like he's going to come in for Cody Linville. Ethan makes the first. Misses it, but they get the rebound. Ray comes up with the ball. Over to Carson. Over to Shaby. Almost a turnover for the Mustangs. Over to Carter. Over to Colton. Over to Carson. Trying to do something. Shaby with the ball. Trying to set up a play. Over to Carson. Forced play again by the Mustangs. Kyle with the ball for Sheridan. There's a blocking foul on the play. Kyle makes a free throw. It's now 36-31. Carter Merriman will inbound the ball. Jake Smith comes in for Ray Duncan. Full court pressure by Sheridan. Carson with the ball. Over to Carter. Over to Carson. Stops, gives it to Colton Robinson. Over to Shaby. He'll put up a three. Can he get it? He does! It's 34-36. Fountain Central's down by 2. It's 3:12 to go in the third. Silas with the ball. Guarded by Colton. Over to Nolan. Guarded by Carter. Over to Silas. Back to Corbin. Carson's guarding Colton. And Jake comes up with the ball, and there's a kick ball, they're going to say. 3 minutes ago exactly left to go in the third. Ethan with the ball. There's a foul on the play. It'll be on Carter Merriman. Tied up with fouls. 4-4. Ethan will inbound the ball. Over to Nolan. Over to Silas. Guarded by Colton. Over to Corbin. Over to Silas. Over to Nick. Over to Nolan. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Jake's right there. Gives it to Shaby. Over to Carson. Long three. Can he make it? He cannot. Who comes up the rebound here? And Ethan comes up the rebound for Sheridan. Over to Nolan. Over to Ethan. He'll put up a three. Long three. Couldn't get it to go. Nick's right there to rebound. Over to and there's a blocking foul be on Carson Eberly. Denton comes to the table with 2:12 left to go. There's a 2-point game. Sends Ethan to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first. It's a 3-point game now. 37-34. Denton comes in for Carter Merriman. Makes the second. Carson with the ball. Over to Colton. Stolen away by Nolan. And there's a foul on the play. It'll be on Colton Robinson. Ethan will inbound the ball under the basket. Over to Nick. Over to Corbin. Back to Ethan. Nick puts up a shot, couldn't get it to go, and stays with Sheridan. Sheridan's ball. Ethan will inbound the ball under the basket. 4-point game with 1:48 left to go before the fourth quarter. Gets it into Nolan. He goes out of bounds. It'll be Mustangs' ball. Carson Eberly will inbound the ball. Full court pressure by Sheridan. Needs some help. Needs some help. Needs some help. Timeout by Coach Shaby. 30-second timeout. Fountain Central's back out here. Waiting on Sheridan here. 4-point game with 1:46 to go. Colton will inbound the ball under Sheridan's basket. Full court pressure. Still needs some help. Carson with the ball. Goes all the way to the basket. Can he make it? There's a foul on the play. With 1:40 exactly. Sends Carson to line to shoot 2. Cole Kirkpatrick comes to the table. Can make this a 2-point game right here. Couldn't make the first. Cole comes in for Smith. Carson makes the second. It's a 3-point game now. It's 38-35 with 1:40. Nolan with the ball. Now Corbin. Back to Silas. Nick sets the screen for Silas. Silas doesn't use it. Fakes, puts up a shot, couldn't get his go. Denton comes up with the rebound. Full court pressure still for Sheridan. Shaby with the ball over to Carson. Trying to get it across court. He does. Tries to go all the way to the basket, gives it Colton. He'll drive in a little bit, tries to put up a shot, gets it to go. It's a 1-point ball game. It's 1:05 left to go in the third. Corbin with the ball. It's 38-37 Sheridan. Back to Silas. Trying to get around Colton, back to Corbin. Guarded by Shaby. Over to Nick. Over to Nolan. Over to Silas. Good pass. Sheridan. Over to Nick. Over to Corbin. Over to Ethan, guarded by Carson. Nolan goes in, gives it to Silas. He'll put up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Cole's right there for the rebound. Mustangs can capitalize here, come up with a lead here. Carson with the ball. Pulls it back out, gives it Cole. Gives it to Carson. Thought about shooting. Trying to get around defender. Gives it to Denton. Over to Carson. 23 seconds to go in the third. Out to Cole. Thought about shooting, tries to get around defender, gives it back to Carson. Fakes, gives it to Denton, drives in a little bit, gets it stolen away by Corbin. He'll try to get around defenders, try to go all the way to the basket. Looked like he tried to dunk it, but was not even a chance. Andrew with the ball, put up a 3, he got it! He got it to go! It's 40-38. Shaby with a 3 at the buzzer to go into the fourth quarter. That's probably the best moment we've called all season long. He got it to go. It's 40-38, 2-point ball game going into the fourth quarter. 8 minutes set on the clock. Hey, Austin, wave at the camera. Wave at the camera. Everyone say hi, Austin. 8 minutes set to go in the fourth quarter. Cole will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. He'll give it to Carson. Over to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside. Gives it to Carson. Over to Cody. Back to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside. Couldn't get it there. Back to Carson. Back to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside again. Over to Carson. Over to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Looks inside again. Gives it to Carson. Trying to get Cody to go in. Looks in. Gives it back to Carson. Trying to do something here. Over to Carson. Force the pass, but Cody, will Cody come up with it? He has the ball. Gets it to Carson. Trying to go to the basket. Dumps it off. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. With 6:55 to go, it's Fountain Central's up by 2. Carson inbounds the ball. Gets it out to Colton. Over to Shaby. Hooks in. Back to Colton. Back to Carson. Over to Colton. Over to Shaby. Over to Cody. Over to Shaby. Over to Colton. Over to Carson. Over to Colton. Over to Shaby. Over to Colton. Over to Shaby. Long three. He couldn't get it to go. And there's a foul. It'll go on the offense. So Sheridan will go down there. Over to the table comes Jake Smith. He'll come in for someone. Nick will shoot 1 and 1. Couldn't get it, but Cole comes with the rebound there. Gets it poked out, but gives it to Shaby now. Over to Carson. Tries to get around the defender. Gives it to Cole. Over to Cody. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Shaby. Over to Carson. Over to Cody. Back to Shaby. Trying to set up a play. Over to Cody. Over to Carson. Over to Cole. Goes in. Gives it to Jake. Shaby got the ball. Dumps it back out to Jake. Thought about shooting a 3. Looks in. Skip passes to Cole. Over to Cody. Over to Shaby. Over to Carson. Thought about shooting. Dribbles in a little bit. Gives it to Cole. Over to Cody. Over to Shaby. Looks inside. Tried to get it to Cole. There's a foul on the play. It'll be on Nick Roberts. Carson will inbound the ball under our basket. Gets it into Cole. Over to Shaby. Over to Jake. Over to Andrew. And there's a foul on the play. That will be on Nolan. Andrew Shaby's got a 1-on-1. Couldn't get it to go. Ethan with the ball. Go over to Kyle. Colton at the table to come in. Over to Nolan, over to Nick, over to Silas. Over to Nolan. And Kyle's at the three-point line, wide open three, couldn't get it to go. Andrew Shaby comes with the rebound for the Mustangs. Over to Carson. Over to Shaby. Long three. Couldn't come up with it. Carson comes with the rebound, though. It's 4:23 left to go in the fourth. There's no foul on the play. Travel. Silas with the ball. Will inbound it to Kyle. Full court pressure. Silas with the ball. Over to Kyle. Over to Ethan. Over to Silas. Over to Nolan, I believe. Shoots a three, gets it to go. It's now 41-40. Fountain Central's losing by 1. Carson with the ball. Pulls it back out, gives it to Colt. 3:50 to go. Gets it stolen away. It'll be foul. Cody will foul out now. Cody's got 5. He's fouled out. Carter Merriman will come in for Cody. It'll be a 1-and-1. It'll send Silas to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 at the free throw line. Misses it. Jake comes up the rebound. Carson with the ball. Over to Colton. Back to Carson. Over to Shaby. Over to Carter. Over to Shaby. Thought about giving it to Carson. Dribbles. Trying to get around the defender. Gets it inside to Jake. And there's a travel on the play. Full timeout. Fountain Central's back out here with 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in the game. They're down by 1. Full court pressure looks by Coach Shaby, if I can speak. Silas will inbound the ball to Kyle. Maybe not. Sorry, Nolan. Over to Kyle. Kyle gets it across. Guarded by Carson. Over to Nolan. Over to Nick. Over to Silas. Over to Ethan. Over to Nolan. Inside to Ethan. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Jake Smith's right there for the rebound for the Mustangs. Gets it out to Carson Eberly. Trying to do something with it. Carter will shoot a three. Couldn't come up with it. Jake comes with the rebound. Spins around. Tries to get the shot off. Couldn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. Fountain Central's up by one now. It's 42-41. With 2:50 go in the fourth. Kyle with the ball. Over to Nolan. Last year, I think we went into overtime with him. Same with Seeger last year. Kyle with the ball. Offensive foul by Sheridan. It'll be Mustangs ball. Colton Robinson will inbound the ball, passes it in to Carson Eberly most likely. Carson with the ball. Guarded by Kyle. Over to Shaby. Guarded by Silas. Jake sets a screen for Shaby. Thought about shooting it. Gets it to Jake. Spins around. Puts up a shot. Couldn't get it to Bank. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. Fountain Central's up 44-41 with 2:13 left to go in the fourth. It's a three-point ball game. Kyle's coming all the way down. There's a foul on the play. They're going to call it on Carson Eberly. Kyle at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Makes the first. It's 44-42, 2:09. Fountain Central's up. Kyle's got one more. Cole Kirkpatrick comes to the table. Kyle misses the second. Carson Eberly with the ball. With 2:03 left to go in the game. Jake Smith with the ball now. Over to Carter. Carson cuts. Thought about it. Over to Shaby. Over to Jake. Cuts. Carter. Gives it to Carson. Over to Shaby. Puts up a shot. Gets it to go. It's 46-42. 1:46 left to go in the game. Both teams are in bonus. Kyle with the ball now for Sheridan. Over to Ethan. Thought about shooting. Gets around the fitter. Jake comes out and helps. So there's going to be a foul on the play. And one. It's 46-44. It sends Ethan to the line. That foul is on Colton Robinson. Cole comes in for Jake Smith. And there's a 30-second timeout. 46-44. 1:38 left to go. Close game. Ethan's got one at the line. Now this foul made Sheridan in the double bonus. Fountain Central still in regular bonus. And he comes up with a shot, and it's a 1-point game. It's 46-44 with 1:35. Carson with the ball now for the Mustangs. Guarded by Kyle. Over to Cole. Guarded by Ethan. Over to Carter. Guarded by Nick. Shaby with the ball. Over to Colton. Over to Carter. Cuts in, Andrew Shaby. There's a foul on the play. It'll be on Silas. Fouls are 10 and 9 now after this foul right here. This one's on Silas. It sends Shaby to the line for 1-and-1. Shaby can make this potentially a 3-point ball game. Jake Smith comes in for Cole Kirkpatrick. Makes the first. Andrew Shaby. Andrew Shaby makes the first. It's 47-45 with 1:19 left to go in the game. Andrew's got one more. Makes them both. It's 48-45, 1:19. Kyle with the ball for Sheridan. 1:16. Nolan passes to Ethan, over to Silas. Looks over to Nolan. Over to Silas, guarded by Carter. Over to Kyle. Trying to get it around defenders, puts up a shot, couldn't get it to go. Jake Smith's right there for the rebound for the Mustangs. 56 seconds left to go in the game. Carson with the ball. Nothing special. Nothing special. Over to Andrew, over to Carter. Nothing special here. Over to Andrew, over to Carson. Over to Colton. Inside, wide open, but they didn't pass it to Andrew. Over to Carson, tries to get, pulls it back out, and there's a foul on the play. That's on Kyle, most likely. Either on Kyle or it's either on Nick. We'll see here. It's on Kyle. It's on Kyle. Carson to the line to shoot 2. Both teams are in double bonus. 10-10. Carson makes the first. It's 49-45. 34.8 seconds to go in the game. Carson's got one more. Cole comes in for Jake Smith. Misses the second. Carson fought for the ball, gets it. Timeout by Coach Shaby. Timeout. There's the crowd. There's the energy from the crowd right there. Timeout by Coach Shaby. 30-second timeout, I do believe. Sorry, full timeout. Full timeout. It's 49-45, 30.2 seconds to go. Shaby will inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Gets it into Carson Eberly right down there. It's 51-45. 25 seconds left to go in the game. Wide open down there in the inbound play. Wow. Foul on the play. Let's see who is on. It sends Corbin to the line to shoot 2. Carter Merriman with a foul. Jake Smith at the table to come in the game. Corbin's got 2 here. Misses the first. Jake comes in for Carter Merriman. 18.1 seconds to go. Fountain Central's up by 6. Misses both of them. Carson comes up with the rebound. Nothing special. Foul by Corbin. Sends Carson to the line to shoot 2. There's the crowd. Let's go. Carson's got 2 at the line. Carter comes back to the table. He'll come in for someone. Also, Will Zachary is at the table as well. Carson makes the first. It's 52-45, 13.6 seconds to go. Everyone is new, I think. Nope. Ethan, Nolan, Will, Kyle, and number 12 is first time in the game. It's Caden. Carson's got one more. to make it an 8-point ball game. He makes them both. It's 53-45, 13.6. Kyle with the ball, trying to go as fast as he can. Puts up a 3. Couldn't get it to go. Andrew Shape comes with the ball. Nothing special here. They beat Sheridan 53-45, Fountain Central. There's the energy right there.